This video was created during the 2023 WGA and SAG strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, Ahsoka wouldn't exist. Learn more about the strike at the link in the description.
Part 5 of Ahsoka showed off Jacen Syndulla's abilities in the Force, and Carson Teva got to serve as a surrogate for the members of the audience who never watched Star Wars Rebels, with Huyang telling him about Kanan Jarrus, Jacen's Jedi father.
Okay.
If you also didn't see Rebels, here's a quick rundown on Kanan's backstory. His real name was Caleb Doom, and he was the Padawan of Depa Billaba during the Clone Wars, making him part of Mace Windu's Jedi lineage. He was on the planet Caller when Order 66 was executed. His master was shot protecting him as he fled. A specialized clone commando group called the Bad Batch pursued him, but their enhancements meant their inhibitor chips didn't activate, so they were just as confused as Caleb. Their leader, Hunter, allowed the young Jedi to escape, and he went into hiding. He changed his name to Kanan Jarrus and became a thief and smuggler to survive, abandoning his teachings. 8 years after the fall of the Republic, he worked on a mining planet as a freighter pilot until he met a rebel named Jacen Syndulla. He quickly became infatuated with her, and she convinced him to join the fight against the Empire. They developed feelings for one another, but didn't enter into a full-fledged relationship. Their rebel family grew on Hera's ship, the Ghost, expanding to include Garazeb Aurelios and Sabine Wren. Kanan kept his identity as a Jedi secret as much as he could until he met an orphan named Ezra Bridger on the planet Lothal. He recognized the boy's natural talent in the Force and decided to take him in and train him in the ways of the Jedi. The Empire took notice of two Force users running around, and the Grand Inquisitor was sent to hunt them. Kanan was briefly captured and taken to Mustafar, but was rescued by the crew of the Ghost, and he defeated the Grand Inquisitor in a duel. Shortly after, they joined Phoenix Group, a larger rebel cell with Ahsoka Tano, which Kanan resisted. He wanted to fight the Empire, but he was wary of joining another full-fledged galactic conflict like the Clone Wars. His past haunted him further when he had to learn to work alongside clones like Rex, who he still blamed for the death of his master and the destruction of the Jedi Order. But they worked through their differences and became strong allies. After the death of the Grand Inquisitor, more Jedi hunters and even Darth Vader were sent to hunt Kanan, Ezra, and Ahsoka. They traveled to the planet Malachor at the suggestion of Yoda to find some secret to defeating the Sith. There they found Maul, who was there on a similar mission, and they were followed by the Inquisitors. Maul killed them all, but set his eyes on Ezra as a potential student of the dark side. He attacked and blinded Kanan, but was then defeated himself. Ezra recovered a Sith holocron from the temple, and Darth Vader arrived to put an end to their quest. Ahsoka stayed behind to duel him while the others escaped. Kanan fell into despair after the loss of his eyesight, but found guidance in a mystical being called the Bendu, who helped the Jedi regain his confidence. He then helped Ezra work through some growing feelings of darkness he experienced thanks to the Sith holocron. Maul continued to seek Ezra as a potential apprentice, and during one of their encounters, the former Sith Lord left behind the darksaber he claimed during the Clone Wars. It passed to Sabine, and Kanan taught her to wield it so she could help rally Mandalorians to their cause. During this time of training, he was insistent that the Force resided within all living beings, even those not naturally gifted in controlling it. As their rebel cell grew, the Empire sent a new adversary to fight them, Grand Admiral Thrawn. He tracked them to the planet Atollon and nearly wiped them out, but Kanan was able to spark the Bendu into action against the Chiss commander, and the following chaos allowed them to escape. Without a home, Phoenix Group was absorbed into the primary rebel base on Yavin 4, but they soon returned to Lothal to fight against Thrawn once again as he developed a new Imperial starfighter called the TIE Defender. As their rebel assault grew closer, Kanan was more open with Hera about his feelings for her, but she was resistant and prioritizing their relationship above the fight against the Empire. She led the attack on Thrawn's factories, but it failed and she was captured. Kanan infiltrated the Imperial base to rescue her, and they were chased to the TIE Defender fuel depot. While awaiting rescue, Hera finally admitted her love for Kanan, but the Imperials decided to destroy their own factories rather than let the rebels escape. Kanan was able to save the lives of Hera, Ezra, and Sabine by sacrificing his own, and it is one of the absolute best scenes in all of Star Wars. Seriously, this summary does not do that moment justice. As tragic as it was, Kanan's death did also see the destruction of the TIE Defender project, and Kanan's legacy would live on in his son, Jacen. There is the question of when Jacen was conceived, but I think Star Wars Rebels makes it clear that Hera and Kanan were very romantic with each other. They just weren't always fully emotionally available. I think they were basically friends with benefits for most of the series. But that's the very basic story of Kanan Jarrus, the father of Jacen Syndulla. If you've never watched it, I can't recommend Star Wars Rebels enough. It's got some absolute top-tier Star Wars episodes in it, and my summary simply can't replace experiencing it for yourself. But hopefully this video filled you in if you haven't watched it, or served as a refresher if it's been a while. If you haven't already, already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for all our Ahsoka coverage, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.